You find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Where to then, Torgal? All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there. Yeah. It's still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious. This place. Changed it all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Brace you there. I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
There's something about it.
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to... But perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today.
Ah, Clive.
Hippocrates, I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed, one whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always, but she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it... Clive, if the young professor has I fear she asks the impossible.
The Executors.
Coveters of Secrets, a clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling a tale which could overturn the established order were all, so rumor has it. I've never actually read.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why? Secrecy is the Executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be...
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long...
By the hand of the Executors, yes.
But what drives them?
A fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the Executors, you may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers...
And my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the Executors are rife, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell down. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible, if you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from...
Very well. I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit. Ready, go? Both of you are there? The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks? This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Let's see, shall we?
Impressive, but we have other means.
Why do you want it so bad?
It lays out in no uncertain terms it tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of it. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull, so let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond it is a question of numbers. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from knowledge that would bring... That is all. You may keep the book. For now. The world is small. Until then.
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Vivian, I found it.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something, that the truth is just a matter of collective belief, and that if enough people believe a lie...
It does, but it also means that the truth is not immutable, provided that those who wish to change it can convince it, as the sad history of the Bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one...
Do you still feel that way? That you're not... one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather... But the more I study, the more I find... So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, give the men and women of this benighted world...
I'll try, Vivian.
Sid,
By all means.
it's my old master. And something else. Records from
How did she come by...
finding bearers, and it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. And even better for her. Bearers with...
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by...
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to... I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the...
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception. But we travel together, and we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times.
Thank you, Sid. Chadwick. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls. We should head there as quickly as we can.
As do I, Doris.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Cursebreak. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting but scouting. We're few with the nose for that, and since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test?
One can never have...
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attentive and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have... Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by Akashic. I need to hurry.
Faster!
no guards, I take it?
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are if Chadwick was being held here...
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor.
Then I'll search the upper level.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer. Locked up tight. Time to fight. So this place was no... And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with... Minimal loss of Waluda lives. Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that. They were feeding bearers to it. Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on. No lock downstairs. But
I know. Bearers die every day in service of their master. Pitting bearers against a wild beast, armed with nothing but their wits. And not just those who could fight, but and those who wouldn't.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late.
Don't say that.
A key.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. Finish up here.
All right.
can find down here. Survivor. And she sounds close. There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone?
Some of the guards.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming.
Ready when you are. You poor thing.
Did
What?
he fought the monster? He must have sent you. Where is he? He hoped.
Chadwick.
Was that?
What?
We have to get out of...
Doris?
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in...
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers. Beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen. Farewell. Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. is it?
A diary. He was here.
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back.
No. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days.
She is. I thank the flames we found her.
I know. I'm sorry we weren't able to...
There's no need to apologize. How he fought to the bit. That's the man I remember.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows, so we escaped. But staying together after so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong.
But even in captivity, and he died not as someone's tool.
Haida Marie is proof of that, and the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to...
Thank you, Doris.